Okay, so for my longtime subscribers, the few of you guys that are around, I'm sorry for the lack of uploads and everything else along the lines of that. It's been a lot going on, and I am finally getting around to the time where I will have it all sorted out. So, with that being said, we're gonna get to it more this year, and we're gonna come way harder and way stronger than I did in 2025. But for everybody else though, that's just now here for the build and the video for that itself, um, as you can see by the title, the build I'm giving you guys today is my 6'4" that I've been using since season 2 of the game, but is now fully optimized since it is at where I wanted it to be when I made the vision for the build. This 6'4" build that I'm giving you guys today was my optimized 6'4" that I created in season 2 for when I had roughly around 18 to 20 cap breakers. And now that I have those cap breakers and everything on the build looks exactly the way that I want it to look, I am actually now comfortable bringing this build to you guys and letting you see it for the first time on this channel ever. So when I tell you this build can do everything at a very elite rate before and after cap breakers, maybe except finish, I mean it. It can still shoot, having a 92 three-pointer. It can still handle the ball very well and pass very well, having an 82 pass accuracy, 92 ball handle, and 86 speed with ball. Can play very decent defense, having an 85 perimeter and a 73 steal, and can do what it has to do down low, having an 80 driving dunk for when you do need to dunk the ball. But with those stats I said right there, the difference in them is really once the cap breakers start to get added into the mix. And I'll show you guys what the cap breakers look like after I show you guys how to have all the stats allocated and on the screen. So we already know how this goes. I'm just gonna put the stats on the screen, and once we get them up, I'm gonna explain to you where to put the cap breakers, what badges you get, and why I did what I did. So let's just move over there now. So right now, basically this is what the build will look like for basically, somebody without all the cap breakers. You'd be looking at bronze float game, bronze layup mix master, and gold aerial wizard and bronze posterizer for your finishing. That's basically all you would get through the finishing. But once you start putting in the cap breakers, which is really just +5 to the driving dunk, your posterizer will go from bronze to gold. That's really the only thing that's going to be the big difference in the finishing category, because I don't really need the layup, and the dunk was enough to carry me through. So I feel like if I had the dunk, I was just going to be able to take that and run with it, quite literally. For the shooting, it's basically the same story really. The cap breakers are going to be in one of the 3 categories, and it's going to be three-pointer, of course. But for somebody without the cap breakers, or if you didn't want to put your first few there, you have basically everything on gold except limitless range, and you don't get mini marksman because you're 6'4". But the way I did it is I used my 2 shooting specialization cap breakers and then 2 more of my regular cap breakers to take my 3 from 92 to 96. And then since I have my shooting specialization completely done, I have the permanent max +1 and the permanent max +2, even though it kind of really doesn't matter because everything's going to be going to Hall of Fame. So realistically, they're just functioning as max +1s. But what I did is, since those are already on Hall of Fame, I took set shot to legend and I took limitless to legend. Or I usually change it out depending on what's going on or how I'm feeling. But normally that's what it does. Whatever I do, I just use 2 of the max +1 perks and take 2 of the badges from Hall of Fame to legend. That's how I go about that one with the shooting. Going into the playmaking department though, this is a little different. The first thing I did is I took 1 cap breaker on pass accuracy to take my pass ac from 82 to 84 for gold versatile visionary, because I already have gold dimer and I don't think I'm gonna be able to get all the way to 92 for Hall of Fame, so kind of just left that where it is. Ball handle, that goes untouched. Unpluckable gold, handles for days gold, ankle assassin silver. If you want to put some there for maybe a different ball handle package, aka Steve Francis size up, if you end up using it. It's not that good this year, so I highly doubt it. But if you want to go higher for maybe a higher handles for days, a higher unpluckable, I'm not stopping you. But what I did here is I used 5 to take my speed with ball from 86 to 91 for Hall of Fame lightning launch. And then since I have it on Hall of Fame now, I use my max plus 1 to take this from Hall of Fame to legend. That's how I go about it with that. That's really all for the playmaking though. There's not really much I can explain here. It's just 5 to speed with ball and boom, Hall of Fame lightning launch. Now for these two, aka the defense and the physicals, I'm really just gonna throw these together because the physicals explanation is significantly shorter than everything else, so I'm just gonna squeeze that in at the end. But interior defense, I left that at 60 just because, I don't know, 60 seemed like a good number to leave it at. I really didn't have to touch it, I kind of just did it to do it, so yeah. Perimeter defense, left that at 85, didn't put any caps there, but if you want to, you can, that is completely an option. But I just left it at 85 because that's basically all the badges I need on silver. Challenger, on-ball menace, pick dodger, and then off-ball pest on gold. So if I need to play some on-ball defense, I can, but most of the time, as you can guess, I'm probably going to be an off-ball defender. So that's kind of why I just left it at 85, didn't go much higher. And if I do need to go higher, there's more caps to be unlocked throughout the rest of the seasons. So not really harping on that for real. But here's where the cap breakers are going to go for defense. This 73 steel, once you put 5 caps on it, goes all the way up to 91. So that's glove on gold and interceptor on gold. And as you can guess with everything else, if you want to, you can use your badge perks to take these from either gold to legend or from gold to Hall of Fame. It's all up to your playstyle. That's kind of why I'm saying it like this, because with the way the stats end up looking on this build, it can very easily be changed to fit a lot of different playstyles. That's kind of just the whole purpose of here saying this, and me saying it's a very well optimized build for a lot of people once they start getting those higher number of caps. And then just going over to the physicals, yeah, you kind of need agility, a set agility that you already have for the 2 silver defensive badges. You need the 80 vertical for the 93 driving dunk that you're going to have soon, and the agility's at 83 because it's some motion style I use. I believe it's De'Aaron Fox. I'm pretty sure that's it. So yeah, it was really for a motion style for personal purposes. But that's kind of all it is here. So now that we got this out the way though, I'm just going to switch my screen over to the build itself so you can see it with the cap breakers on. You can see the cap breaker screen, and I can show you guys what everything looks like in my current badge perk screen. So let's just jump over to that right now. So getting here, looking at the build, I'm seeing that while everything is in place like I said, I might have said a few things wrong about the amount of cap breakers used. On the last screen, I did say that for almost every category, it's all 5. But going into the screen, it's just 5 for the speed with ball and the steal. The driving dunk was just 4, and the 3 was also 4, but everything else is there like I said it is. The pass accuracy is still only 1 to 84, and everything else is still basically in the exact same spot like I said. But like I said, this is roughly about 18 cap breakers to be in a completely usable spot for basically what I wanted the first vision to be, and then the other 2 are kind of just extras. But honestly, if you only have 12 or 10, it can still work out, as really if you just put 4 to the 3 and 4 to the dunk, that's really enough to make this build still be completely usable. And even without that, they're still usable in the first place. That's why I really think this build is very good, because it's an easy build to use off rip, and then the longevity of the build, or the longer you play the game, ends up making it absolutely insane. But like I said, I'm gonna go over, show you guys my badge perks real quick, and I'll also leave a screenshot of the cap breaker screen in the bottom left, just so you can see everything while I'm talking about the badge perks. So this is the current badge setup that I'm running for my maxes. The shooting specialization maxes, those really don't change a lot, because those are the 2 shooting badges that I actually use the most, so those kind of don't go anywhere. But everything else kind of just moves around as I need it to. The lightning launch stays in the +1 because I only need to go to Legend now from Hall of Fame, so that's good. But the other max +1, sometimes this will change from shifty shooter to either, I don't know, Deadeye if I need it, or posterizer. What else? I'm looking for it. Interceptor to take that to Hall of Fame. Glove. It changes out depending on what I'm actually doing for the game, but most of the time it's probably gonna sit on one of the other shooting badges that I can't have it on at all times. So usually it'd probably just sit on like shifty shooter, and this is just what I end up rocking out with because it just kind of just ends up working. But now that we got that out the way, that's really all there is to the build. And if you end up making this build, let me know in the comments how you enjoy it. And if you also got this far, don't forget to like and subscribe. It goes a very long way, trust me. And if you do, I really appreciate it. But with that being said, that is all I got for this video. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.